Hi there, and welcome to this edition of the Intellifluence Influencer Spotlight, coming at you from sunny Scottsdale, Arizona. I'm Andrew Evans.
And I'm Sammy Dagan.
And each week we take a look at a new influencer and see what makes them tick. Kevin Paulson is the founder and CEO of huntinglife.com. His passion for the outdoors began very early, hiking, camping, and hunting with family. Kevin has followed his dreams through hunting, backpacking, outfitting, wildlife conservation work, photography, videography, and hunting trips around the world. So let's get started. Kevin, it's great speaking with you today. So when did you get started as an influencer?
We started being an influencer basically probably 10 years ago when we first started blogging. I mean, we had brands almost instantaneously reaching out to us because we were one of the very first 50 bloggers focused on hunting in the outdoors.
Very interesting. So you're an influencer as an individual personality, but you also work as your own influencer brand with Hunting Life. Can you tell us a little bit more about that dual approach?
Our brand of Hunting Life basically is a lot of who I am as an individual, but along with that, Hunting Life basically is a national news source for hunting and conservation. And so our website, covers what's going on throughout the entire hunting industry and really the outdoor industry as a whole. Like, I'm going to Outdoor Retailer in a couple of weeks. We're going to be covering what's going on in the camping world and the backpacking world and the hiking world. So, we're trying to cover that broad spectrum of really anybody that wants to live a great life in the outdoors.
What is the strangest influencer request you've ever gotten?
Our strangest request was a women's product that was a product for women to be able to stand up and go to the bathroom in the outdoors.
I love it. So of the campaigns you've been involved in, what's been your favorite review? In other words, what has been the most successful brand partnership you've had?
I had two that were really, really successful. And they both come about because I loved the product. We just did one. I did one when I first got started with a product called Spot Messenger. And we were an affiliate with this product, but I really loved the product. And the product is a GPS device that allows you to use a satellite to communicate. So if you're stuck in the backcountry, if you fall down, break your leg, or twist your ankle and need to be rescued to get off the mountain, this is a device where you can push a button and somebody is going to come and get you. I truly loved it. At the time, I was an outfitter, and I believed in the product. I carried it with me every single day. I gave one to my mom because I was like, look, if you're ever in your car breaks down and you can't get cell service, push that button. Somebody's coming to help you. And so it's a phenomenal product to have. And I believed in the product, and that made it tremendously successful. The second product that I really enjoyed, like I had the most fun reviewing, is a grill called the Odo Wild Grill. And it's a grill out of Germany, and it basically cooks from the top down at 1500 degrees. So you can sear a steak in like literally 4.5 minutes.
That's awesome.
And it was just a ton of fun. Like, hey, I'm getting to eat steak. I'm doing a product review. What's not to love?
As a successful influencer, you're obviously really busy. How do you structure your day?
I structure my day basically around, I have an editorial calendar. I think that for me, that was one of the most things that made me successful, was creating a calendar, knowing that, okay, I have posts scheduled out, and I really want to follow that editorial calendar. The other thing that is, I spend time in the morning and time in the evening doing emails. I'm not spending all day just responding to emails. And that's helped, dramatically, as I very lock in the times that I manage emails versus managing, doing gear reviews and things like that.
Yeah, that's really great advice. Is there a category within influencer marketing that you haven't done but you've always wanted to?
I'd love to do some more technology stuff, but it's not really in the niche of my blog per se. But I really do enjoy working with technology. and getting to, test out cameras and computers and things like that. But like I said, it's not really in my niche. So, I use computers like crazy all day long, but it's not a part of what we write about.
That's interesting. What's your favorite social network to use? Do you prefer visual-centric networks or ones where you can write more in depth on the topic?
Well, I mean, my primary focus of where I put the mass load of my content is on Hunting Life First. That's my website, because I control that domain.
Right.
And so everything that goes on it, I own it. It's never going to get shut down. I don't ever have to worry about it. Then from there, basically, it goes Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, basically in that order. And my reasoning for that is our following is tremendous on Facebook. I get a lot more engagement one-on-one with individuals, and we get a lot more feed. I really like our Facebook fan page, which is Facebook.com/Hunting Life. And the reason I like that is because that page is not about me. It's not about Hunting Life and what we're doing. It's really about all of our fans. We have 265,000 fans. And because it's Hunting Life, we're out there sharing what our fans are doing. And I like that for that particular platform, because it's really about people living the hunting life. Twitter is where we kind of share all of our articles and our stories, and I communicate with a lot of brands via Twitter. And then we use every other platform that's out there. I mean, we have a YouTube channel, we're across every other platform. I always want to make sure we create one great piece of content and we share it across as many sites as humanly possible.
So what would you say the biggest issues your audience has, and how do you help them overcome them? In short, how do you help your audience solve their problems?
I really look at my audience as a broad spectrum. I mean, we have people from all economic walks of life, as members of, the Hunting Life fan base, basically. And so we're always trying to put out information on if you're going to go buy a sleeping bag per se, here's a good sleeping bag, here's a better sleeping bag, and here's the best sleeping bag that you can purchase. So we kind of carry that, spectrum across the board. A lot of brands come to me on a regular, everyday basis, and they're like, okay, here's the best rifle scope that we make. Can you share this with all your fans? And I'm like, yeah, that's great. I can do that. But I'd rather see your average scope that the average consumer can purchase. Let me write about that one because I think that that's going to resonate more with a higher group of people than the most expensive one. And I think that happens within influencer marketing a lot, is that influencers, they want to have the best product per se. I'm not always about having the best product. I would rather have that middle of the road one from that same company and say, don't give me the one with all the features, give me the one that the average guy's gonna buy. Because if I can write about that, then everybody wins.
Awesome. So last question. Do you have any advice for prospective influencers or entrepreneurs who are just getting started? Is there anything specific that you would have done differently when building your brand?
I have a million things I would have done differently when I first started. First and foremost, I mean, I had the Field of Dreams mentality. I was like, if you build it, they'll come, and I just kept building things, and all the way across the board. I would have built a mailing list as fast as I could have, and so I would have asked every single person, like as they came on board, like, hey, thank you for joining our network. Please sign up for our mailing list. Because that's incredibly important in today's world. Is if you can control the way in which you communicate with your fan base as an influencer, that's going to be much more powerful than anything else you could possibly do. And people will read emails from their fans. So that's incredibly that's probably the biggest piece of advice I'd offer any influencer. Second thing I'd probably say right off the bat is always be honest. And if you're going to do a gear review, you're going to do a product review, if the product is not a fit for you, tell the brand it's not a fit for you. Like, it doesn't matter. Don't destroy your fan base over products that don't matter. Be honest, and and tell the brands, hey, look, I'm going to review your product, but if I find something wrong with it, I'm going to tell my audience.
Right.
Because having that trust with your audience is way more valuable than having that trust with the brand.
Well, it was great speaking with Kevin today. If you would like to be featured in our Influencer Spotlight series, it's pretty simple. If you haven't already, head over to Intellifluence.com/influencers and sign up as an influencer for free. Once you've set up your profile, check us out on Facebook and Twitter and send us your request. Well, that's all for now. We'll see you next time on the Intellifluence Influencer Spotlight series. Until then, keep being awesome.